For today's video, we are in Dominican Republic.
Yes, Puerto Plata is our stop, and we had a wonderful time walking around, visiting 10 different locations in a little more than 5 hours. Great stop.
And what we'll also do is tell you how much we spent for each thing and then give you a grand total at the end. Hi, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Marshall.
And welcome back to our channel. If you're new here or you haven't subscribed yet, please do so.
Let's head out on our adventure in the Dominican Republic.
As with most adventures, the first step is to get off the ship and go through the port.
The port is large. I think it's pronounced Taino or Tiano, but it's really a very nice port. Well done.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's been built up quite a bit, I think. I don't know by whom, but there is, if you didn't want to leave the port area, there's this nice lazy river situation in the port directly, and also like a fairly large swimming pool.
Yes, absolutely. And then you have the stores, and there's parrots and all sorts of other touristy things that just kind of bring together one large port area.
Well, there's the pool right there.
You've got the pool, and even later in the day it gets really much more crowded, and they have a DJ, as you can see here, so it's definitely an event in its own.
Yes, yeah, there's quite the little party going on there.
Yes. So you continue to walk. You mentioned the lazy river. It's all along at least the second half of this port. It's a very large lazy river.
And I believe they have also lockers, they have bathrooms, so if you wanted to just stay right in the port, that's definitely an option. We did consider doing that.
We did, but as you can see, we ventured out. And there's about a 5-minute walk once you're out of the port and you get into what I would call the more downtown area. Here we go. And our first stop was the Chocolateria tour.
Yeah, so the tour itself is actually free, and they were very informative. There's a short little video that shows the 7 steps in the chocolate making process, and then they take you out back and go through all the steps. So that was kind of cool.
Yes, now this company does harvest their own chocolate. This is downtown, so they don't make the chocolate there, but it's a very educational tour, and I loved it as much as some of the other times we've actually gone out to the fields and some of the islands and saw the chocolate, being made.
Yeah, so they show the whole process from, picking the cocoa plant from the tree, and then the whole drying process, the fermenting process, the separating the husk from the actual bean, and then the roasting it, and the pounding it, and all the things. Like, it's so very interesting.
And our tour guide was so knowledgeable and calm and answered any questions. So this was really a great way to start our adventure.
Yeah, so we didn't have to sign up for it or anything. You just go to the location, and they're pretty much constantly doing these tours all day. So those are the husks from the bean.
Oh, look at this strong guy. Yes. There. Oh, mashing that cocoa bean into a paste.
Yeah, and then you form it into a ball. He pulled it out.
Yeah.
I mean, he let us smell it. Of course, it smelled amazing.
I know.
So then we go into the store, and he explained how obviously the higher percentage of cocoa there is in your chocolate, the less sugar there is. So we're keeping track of how much we spent. So at this point, that cocoa tea was $12.
Good to know. Let's venture on.
Okay.
Now, just outside starts the famous Umbrella Street.
Yeah. There's always a lot of people there taking pictures and whatever, because it's such a photo opportunity. But at this time of the day, it wasn't bad. We've been there before, and it was super busy.
It was nice. Now, other places like San Juan has a similar umbrella street. But what I like about this one, it's not as long, but as you can see, there are eateries, restaurants, stores on either side. So it's a very festive place.
Yeah.
And you come out the other side after 2 blocks too.
Well, I call it Pink Street, but
it is Pink Street. You can see.
It's very like hot pink. I don't know if it shows up as well in the footage of how hot pink it is.
Yes. It's definitely got a vibe, especially right after Umbrella Street. It's again unique.
And another photo op.
Yes. So we happened upon a gentleman that had official tags that were not official except for let him be a private person taking pictures. So he got us in there to take a number of photos, and it was fun.
So we gave him a $3 tip. So at this point, we're up to spending $15.
Okay. Moving on
to Independence Square, I guess it's called.
Yeah, I've seen Square, Central Park. It's their Independence area we happened upon. Fresh coconut.
Yeah, so he was obviously serving them up for $2. So it's $7 in the port to get the same thing. So of course, we did the $2, and he was so fast. As you saw him while we were standing there, he probably did 2 dozen coconuts like that.
Yes, it was very tasty, fresh coconut, and afterwards you could bring back the coconut. He splits it open and takes the flesh out for you, which was great to watch, not really great to eat.
Well, that's our perspective.
Yes.
I like dried flaked coconut, and this was not. It was, milky-ish with a more of a chewy texture versus a crispy texture because it wasn't dried. But it was still fun. It was cool to experience it.
And here we are walking through the square. They had high school or elementary school kids doing tours. It was very festive, and next to it is this Cathedral of St. Philip the Apostle. Very nice, nice church.
And that had free entrance, of course, and neither one of us are Catholic. If this is a Catholic church, I don't even know.
I think it is.
Okay. But just the stained glass and the architecture, everything's so beautiful. Of course, we had to go in and take pictures. Gorgeous stained glass.
And now we're going through the back of the square, down, I think it's about 3 or 4 streets, to another stop here, the Museum of Amber. Quite interesting.
Yes, very interesting. So this is the museum that was involved in the making of Jurassic Park. So apparently he told us that a lot of the movie was filmed in the Dominican Republic, and the movie had borrowed the block of amber that was used in the movie. And at the end of the movie, they asked if they could buy the amber stone, and the museum was very smart because they said, how about you keep the amber stone, but we get to use your logo.
It's very smart, and it's very prevalent. You've seen it in some of the photos, and outside it's like a call to come on in.
Yeah. And then downstairs in the bottom level of the Amber Museum was actually, he took us down to show us the tobacco making process from the time it's picked from the field to the actually making of a cigar. I was shocked to learn that it was 7 years. But he said that's why cigars are so expensive, is because such a long process to get to that point.
Yeah, now if you go there and you take the tour, everyone else except us rushed through this place to get to the gift shop, and the tour guide was there, and he was like really thrilled that we were curious about it. And I think we had more of a tour in this area than even up through the amber. So just don't shy away from asking questions. You may get really a personalized tour of that area.
Yeah, he was really nice and knowledgeable. And then of course there is the museum gift shop, which includes jewelry made from amber, and then their local stone called Larimar. Oh, we should also mention how much it costs to get into the museum. It was $2 a person, so that was $4 total. And at this point, it's, I think, around noontime or 1 p.m., so we wanted to get something to eat.
Now, we don't know the area that well, so we went back to the Umbrella Street and went for empanadas.
They were $3 a piece, so we got one each, so that was $6. And then there was a little corner store a couple doors down, and I got a bottled water and you got a Mountain Dew, and those drinks were $3.
We started walking towards the water because there were a couple more stops before we were done for the day. So as you're looking at us go down some of the more residential streets, you'll get a sense of Puerto Plata, not in the touristy area. Felt safe the whole time.
The thing I would point out is if you have any mobility issues, you may notice the sidewalks are a little bit uneven and the ground might not be as so sure under your feet. So just keep that in mind if you do decide to go out on your own and you have any kind of issues walking like that.
So now we're walking slowly, enjoying the weather and the open area. I had actually learned that this area used to be actually a port, another port area, and they've moved the port and now have rejuvenated that into park space and open area for the citizens.
It was very open and green, a lot of green space there.
Yep. Coming into view is Fort San Felipe, and it was a pretty good walk there also, but certainly doable.
So they didn't allow us to film much inside the museum. We were asked not to do that. So we were allowed to film up above. But I will tell you, the fort was $2 per person, so that was $4 spent.
It overlooks the cruise port, so you get a really nice view of the aqua water, the mountains, and also probably your cruise ship if you're watching this and you're planning to visit via cruise ship.
It was funny. This was kind of a fun shot because all the cannons were pointed at the cruise ship.
No. They were very welcoming. Don't get any other ideas. So we had walked a lot. We were very tired, so we actually opted for a taxi, and it was the smart move.
So the taxi from the fort back to the port, from the fort to the port, was $5 per person, so that was $10.
Yes. So all told, we spent 5+ hours, maybe 6 hours outside, and spent a total of
$44, so that's $22 a piece.
Not bad for 10 different stops along the way, all within us just doing a little bit of research. And you could use this as a guide and have your own wonderful self-made excursion in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic.
So we hope this was helpful. Let us know if you've done something similar, if you have other suggestions. We're always open to other suggestions, and you know, we're always going on more cruises, and actually we're on a cruise right now. So stay tuned for more videos of ship tours and excursion videos and room tours and all the things.
Totally agree. Take care.